Yo, 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 yo. Shooting the podcast, episode 65. You already know what it is. It's your boy H2O, the Cameroon Goon, Horton, here's a who, Choice D, all of the above. Right here at you. Go ahead, cuz.
This episode is going down. We've had anticipation all throughout Facebook, all throughout social media. This is an anticipated one.
Yep.
We are here with y'all. Episode 65. It's your boy Juniani.
This would be episode
This is going to be an interesting one, man.
Yeah, exactly.
This is definitely going to be an interesting one. Man.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and Beast might come in a little later. He might chime in a little bit later.
Yeah, thanks for
if
that.
not, shout out to Beast. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? But we are here, man.
Do we just get straight to it?
Do we have to just get right into it? Where are the viewers?
Okay.
Where are the viewers? I
Yeah,
got it
yeah,
public
yeah.
right now.
Let's
Where's
see.
everybody at, man?
Let me see, because
What we doing, man? Shout out to Michael Salazar, man. Already chiming in, man.
There you go.
Look, man, we got to get right to this Charlie Kirk
Yeah.
thing. We
So,
got to get right to it.
Can we just walk them down? Because if they haven't heard by now.
If you've been living under a rock,
Yeah.
literally living under a
Wednesday,
rock.
September 10th, around 5-ish, 6-ish. I don't know the right time, but in Utah, Charlie Kirk, who is this conservative influencer, political pundit pusher and all that stuff, and he was at a rally out there, and it was a guns rights laws rally, and there was people that was for him and against him there. While someone against him was asking him a question, and he was responding to the question, and maybe into a little short back and forth debate. Mid-sentence, cacao, popped right in the neck, died instantly practically. And you just see his body shift, and it's just damn. And it was just so he got murked. He's dead. And there is the reason why it's even bigger of a conversation than just him getting murked like that is how people are reacting to it. And that's what draws us all here, because you'll think it was thousands of people there, including his family and his team and all that. And they just all seen that fool get murked before their very eyes. That kind of thing would traumatize you, mess you up. Some people more than others, but yeah. But and there's some people that end up cheering because apparently he's a bad person. He's a supporter of the anti-Semitic type of people, aka I don't know if TOS is gonna let me see with an N. And then they say he's racist, bigot, and just all sorts of stuff about him. And that's why some people don't care. Some people are cheering. And that's where I come in, because I don't know much about him. I know I know of the person, but I didn't know about his context and all that stuff. I just see a husband and father of two get murked in front of his people and others. And I'm just I automatically become compassionate about that. And I'm like, damn. And there you go.
So I know about the guy, and I'm here to tell you he had a lot of anti-black views. Okay, this is one of the main premises of what he built his platform on, was denigrating black people, always finding a way to talk when somebody will ask him a question. 90% of the time, when it has nothing to do with black folks, he somehow, some way has to put black people in his mouth, whether it be from black on black crime, whether it be from gang violence, which is ironic because when he was talking about gang violence, which is a euphemism for black, anytime somebody talks about gang violence, or what about the gang violence over here in Chicago or LA, that's a euphemism for black people. It's ironic when he was saying that he was at a predominantly white institution in one of the whitest states in America, and he got popped by a white man. So I find that ironic. But anyway, his whole platform was built on anti-black rhetoric, immigration, abortion, all these super right-wing pundit talking points. So me as a black person, am I supposed to feel bad, shed a tear for somebody who really told me, in other words, he doesn't like empathy, and on top of that, he had a lot of anti-black rhetoric? Should I shed a tear for someone like that? Hell no. Can I sympathize with the fact that, oh, he shouldn't have got shot for an opinion? Yeah, nobody deserves to die for an opinion. But at the end of the day, if you're talking against me for the most part, I'm not shedding a tear for you. I'm just sorry. I'm just not. There's no tears being shed here at all. At the same time, yeah, his children, sure. Like, I feel bad for now moving forward in life. They have they don't have a dad no more and all that stuff. Cool. Okay. You got it.
Cool.
I'm saying you got it. I'm saying you got it as far as that, feel bad for that aspect of things. Outside of that, like, if we're going to, because he's a public figure, right?
Yeah.
So we can critique what he put himself out there for, right?
And
we
just
can go
like
in on
saying that he's
right?
anti-black in general about black people is an opinion.
No, that's
because
that's
like
a
you
fact.
can't prove that because what you're saying is whenever he'll be focused on that type of black person, because that stigma gets the stereotype on us. So he's actually low key trying to only specifically talk about them, not project it. That is a projection of thinking that he's projecting it. Because he never just talks about black people in general. He talks about a certain type of black person.
No, that's what he talked about.
Yeah, he talks about like single moms.
He talked about black men. He talked about black women.
Yeah, he talks about black men. He talks about the black men that are doing crimes. The criminals, the gangbangers, those ones, not the ones that are in school or not the ones that are like working regular jobs and living on. He says
most black people that are hired. Most. Yes, he did.
He never said most.
He said
he never said most.
He said okay.
He never said most.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
When he talks about DEI hires,
he never says most.
When he talks about most. You're gonna keep repeating it.
I know,
so
because you're gonna put words in.
No, I'm telling you,
you're lying on them, man.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you what he said.
But like you're misinterpreting it.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
Because I heard him too.
And I heard him too.
Yeah, and he never say most.
He said
he never did.
that DEI hires.
He put words in his mouth, and he's a dead man. That's fucked up.
No, I'm not putting words in his mouth. Anyway,
he just did.
He said most DEI hires
are
yes. He said most DEI hires are any black person that has a decent position, a decent workforce job is a DEI hire.
Yeah, because I know one is close to his. If he saw a black pilot, I wonder if he's a DEI hire.
Yeah, so he's talking about a black man being hired by an airline.
He's prejudiced. He is prejudiced.
But that's slick talk. Do you understand that?
No, he's prejudiced.
No, it's slick talk for to mask your racism. That's what that is. Yeah, that's what it is.
You're overanalyzing it.
No, it's not overanalyzed.
Because he's not that smart. Yeah, I don't think he's that smart.
No, boy.
I don't think he's that smart.
A lot of people disagree with you on that one.
I'm just telling you. Me on that. I can tell he ain't that smart.
Well,
he does a lot of research, but he's only doing research.
He articulates
because you gotta put knowledge with experience, and he's lacking. I want everybody. So that's why you're not supposed to take that seriously.
I want everybody to Google Talking Points USA and racism. Google that together. Turning Point USA. Mm-hmm. That's what I meant to say. Turning Point USA and racism. Mm-hmm. Google that, and you see how many for years
in full context, not clips.
No, in full context,
because clips, they know how to clip that man to make him sound terrible.
No, that
but
organization.
Then I watched the full context. I'm like, oh, I know, like the one where he said about the black women that they're not smart enough and shit. He was talking about Joy and Michelle Obama because he don't like them. So he's just his little fifis. Don't take that seriously.
Bro. Just like I talked about euphemisms,
and just
like I talked about euphemisms, right? When I talked about euphemisms, you're gonna specify it to one person, but you're really trying to talk about a general broad space. That's what that is.
You're saying that he's using euphemism. That's what but that doesn't mean. Yeah, just because you say it doesn't mean that's what's going on.
That's exactly what happened.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Just because you say it.
It's funny how he went right before he talked about gang violence. Who are the gang violence that you're talking about? Black people.
Because predominantly the main gang violence is here. MS-13, like Hispanics or black.
But you're talking about
those are the main ones.
Those are the ones
that when you're walking around, you can see that.
That's a whole nother topic.
I come from A-Leaf.
Right, and that's a whole nother topic.
I was around that shit, so I know.
And that's that's lower level. That's lower level. That's cat burglary shit. That's what that is.
I know homies that was on that time.
You're talking about cat burglary. I'm talking about federal. I'm talking about global gangs.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
he's not talking about global gangs.
No, but that's what I'm talking.
Yeah, I'm using but that's what you're doing.
No. I'm telling you I'm telling you who the major gang members are. in
Oh, no,
society.
we know
Period.
that. We
It's
know
white,
that.
and it's white folks. They're the biggest gang members in recorded human history. That's what I'm telling you. White people.
You're not telling me anything I already know.
Okay, but you're.
But we're
but
talking
you're
about the more around, like you could every other corner type.
What
shit.
if so what has
just a
affected
problem.
what has affected
is a
society more?
problem.
The big picture gangs or the cat burglar gangs? What has affected human history more throughout
Human
checkpoints?
history more, is one thing.
That's what I'm saying.
But we're not talking about
Up to
human
this
history.
day, right now.
We're talking
right
about
now.
what's affected our nation a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the gangbanging.
Police brutality. That's affected our nation a lot, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so
But
that's
the gang
mostly ran
violence
by
is
who?
the gang violence is more prevalent than the police brutality.
The police. Okay, so you're saying
Because
that
it's daily.
So who has the power though? Who has more power?
No
Gangs or
one's talking
police
about
force?
more power, dog.
But that's what
It's all
matters.
about-
That's what
it's all about
matters.
fucking up the environment.
And police brutality fucks up the environment.
So does gangbanging.
The police force is a gang. Do you understand?
They're
Like, that's
law
what I'm saying.
enforcement. They're a part of the judicial branch. I mean, a part
Right.
of the
Oh,
three
so
branches
let's
of
keep-
government.
and
The
they're a
executive.
gang.
They're executive.
And they're a gang. That's a gang
the
also.
three branches of government, the legislative, the
Yes.
executive, and the judicial
Yes.
are a gang?
Yes.
Gang.
Yes, I am.
They're the
I'm calling them
government.
a gang. Yeah.
That's the three branches of the government.
Exactly.
So the courts are a gang?
Yes. Absolutely.
Congress is a gang?
Yeah. It might as well. It's ran like one.
Is all politics
It's
a
right-
gang?
The Republican and Democratic parties.
I
yes.
even like politics, but I'm over
The Republican and Democratic parties, they're operated
where
like.
their flags at?
Bro.
Where
They have
where's their
flags.
straps?
The elephant
American
and
flag.
and the you're
American
answering your
flag?
own questions.
The American flag? Oh,
No,
you're talking about like the Republican flag?
They have their own flags. Funny
Like
enough, how you said that.
Republican flag?
It's funny how you said that. Yeah,
The
they
elephant
have
shit?
flags. That's
The
crazy.
elephant shit?
Yeah, they have
You
flags.
can compare that to the Bloods and Crips?
Bro, yeah, bro. They just wear suit and ties, bro. That's the only difference. They just have a suit
Bro,
and tie,
this fool
and
is-
they're on national television.
Is
Yeah, bro.
defending the gangbangers.
No, I'm not defending no gangbangers. I'm not defending that. No,
Yeah,
I'm not
cool
defending
shit.
that. I'm not defending that. I never said I was
I'm
defending. I'm
sorry,
taking up for
bro.
gangs. I'm not saying that. I never said that.
Nah, I'm anti that.
I'm just telling you, there's a bigger gang that does more damage than the cat burglar gangs that you talk about in A-League.
No, you saying
That's what I'm talking
you
about.
saying the government's corrupt. I agree.
Yeah, it's bro. This
But a
it's
gang?
nothing. It's nothing but okay. So you want to use the word thug? They like to use the word thug. All these epithets, all these
Yeah,
euphemisms.
because like a
So
thug,
they- so-
it has an image to him and a persona.
and who created that image?
It's like this.
Who created
bravado.
that image? Who
They
created
did,
that?
the culture.
Who's the culture? What culture are you talking about?
Hip hop culture.
No, who created the word thug was used. That's
Well,
not.
who created the word thug is one thing.
No, I'm
But,
saying
like,
I'm not saying that. I'm
just,
saying when it's
antics
used to
in the
categorize
community.
a specific, when you're using it to project it to a certain person or group, that word is usually coming from somebody labeling a black person a thug. Like when they say thug this, thug that, these thugs gotta. That's used in propaganda. That's used in media.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm an anomaly. I don't want to bring my case. I've heard that on
What,
other
well,
races.
I'm just saying, like
But
that.
I
that-
get what you're pointing.
yeah.
I'm not gonna put it. I'm not gonna internalize it because I hate when people do that. So we're gonna look in general because that's the only way we're gonna actually make compelling arguments is by speaking in general.
The media likes to perpetrate and thuggerize, if that's even a word.
You want to know what's
thuggerize
crazy is that
black
the mainstream
people.
media,
But-
the mainstream media like CNN, MSBC, and all
Fox.
them. Not Fox. Fox is gonna be. That's the one that you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about them
You're
all.
talking
I'm
about,
talking
yeah,
about them
but
all.
the other ones don't. No, they're different.
No, I'm talking about them all.
Fox are gonna demonize
Because
the black
the-
people.
no, I
but
talk-
CNN, they love
No,
black people.
no, they demonize them
They
too.
love them.
No, they demonize
they
them too.
demonize white people way more.
No, they don't.
On CNN?
No, they don't.
Oh, yeah.
No, they don't.
You should see how they were responding
don't.
to Charlie Kirk's death.
Bro, they don't.
You should
They
see how
don't.
they
They
were.
don't demonize white
They
people.
always like to. They love to call
They
white
don't
people
demonize
fascists.
white, bro. They don't
They love to
demonize
call
white people.
fascists.
CNN demonizes black. All
They're
mass
always
media
fascists.
demonizes black people.
They're
When it
always
comes, when it comes,
what is an example of what CNN said about a black person?
when it comes to Philando Castile, when it comes to Eric Gardner, when it comes to Tamir Rice, when it comes to
CNN?
Yes,
MSNBC?
look it up. Look it up. They always have to.
MSNBC?
I'll tell you, this is what they do. Look, watch this. They do this every time it's a crime that a black person does. they always got to immediately go to the background of the black person. They got to find like some speeding
They
ticket.
always go to the background. That's egregious.
They always got to dig up our background.
Did that with the Tyler Robinson dude. The dude that got caught.
But the person who sniped him. They never romanticize our backgrounds, but when it comes to a white person doing a crime, they got to romanticize.
They were romanticizing Tyler Robinson.
He was a
lover.
They
found the person who shot him.
He was a loving father.
And they're romanticizing him right now, and he's white.
Exactly.
They just found out
That's my point.
They just found out that his roommate is
my
trans.
Point. That's the point I'm making to you.
Transitioning currently.
That's the point I'm making to you.
Girl.
Yes.
Like, you're saying that they don't do that with white people.
No,
but they're doing that with a white person. So at what point are you making?
Slow down.
You just
exactly. The point I'm making. Rewind.
No.
I'm saying no. You got to hear what I'm telling you. I'm saying that usually 9 times out of 10, they're romanticizing a white person's background when they commit a crime.
There's no 9 times out of 10. It's just how you think.
No, it's not how I think. You just said it.
I said a majority.
Bro, you just said it yourself.
Majority. Majority's like 51%.
You just said that they doing it with Tyler, the shooter for Charlie Kirk. They're romanticizing his back. That's what you just said.
No, I was saying that whatever they do with the black, they're doing with him.
No, they're not. You just talked about the shooter, Tyler Robinson.
They're like showing how bad he was. He was raised bad.
No, they're talking. You just said you were talking about.
No,
you were talking about how they talking about his trans, how they transitioning him into his brother or his sibling into trans. You were just talking about
romanticizing in a negative way, and why Charlie Kirk was against that, and that's why he did that. They're painting him in such a bad light. They're like, even though he had his Republican family, he had a Republican family, but he was always raised to shoot guns, and he lives with a trans. So he hates Charlie Kirk. He thinks he's a fascist Nazi.
For every one white person that they don't romanticize, I can put.
They're not romanticizing him.
That's what I'm
and they
I'm
don't
saying.
do that for a lot
of them. For every one white person they don't romanticize,
Harvey.
For every one person that they don't romanticize,
Jeffrey,
I can pull up 10. I could pull up 10 for every one that they don't that they don't romanticize for black people. I could pull them up. I can just give you examples off the top of my head now.
I don't really focus on that. So you're not talking to someone who's really on.
I'm just
opposing side. But if you were,
I see it.
Then they would actually go toe to toe with you.
No, not at all. 100%. Because you know why? Because it's not it's not perpetuated.
You can't say why because the why is not something that I can stand on. Because I'm only talking about the whole compassion of the Charlie Kirk.
Right, and I'm telling you,
I'm not that strong on the stance of that. I just know that he's not as bad as people are painting him to.
No, he's bad to black people. He is.
No,
yeah, he is. He's not bad to white. He's not bad to white folks. A lot of white people.
He doesn't really.
He has a lot of anti-black rhetoric, bro. He does.
He has
that's what his platform was built on.
No, he was built on just. That's being what his conservative and
a lot of extreme right wing conservatism, and a lot of
right wing conservatives. You always want to point back to the black,
because that's what he talked about.
That was literally what he talked about. But that wasn't all he talked about. Even in your opening statement, you mentioned other stuff. He talked about a lot. Like there's women that don't like him, there's trans that don't like him. But all you focus is the black that don't like him, because that's all that matters.
No, that's not all that. That's not all.
Okay, then. So that's not what he was built off of.
No, but to me. Since I am black and I live black and I wake up in this skin, I'm not biased. I'm telling.
You just explained why you were. I understand.
Bro,
I feel you.
I
have the same skin.
Look, when it comes to anti-black rhetoric, I take that seriously first. Was that all his platform was about? No, but he did spew a lot of division though. Bro. His platform was about division though. Yes, it was. It was absolutely about division. And on top of that, it's funny how this dude got. He went to the grave.
There's nothing funny about this.
No, I said funny. I meant funny. I meant funny as an ironic. It's ironic how he kept black people in his mouth to the grave in a euphemistic kind of way, talking about gang violence, and he wants to euphemize gang violence by meaning black.
I don't think it's ironic.
By meaning black.
I don't think it's ironic because I know a black person doesn't hate him to that extent.
You didn't even let me finish. I was saying it was ironic that he got murked at a predominantly white institution by a white man when he was euphemizing black people by saying gang violence. I find that ironic. I find that very ironic.
And I didn't let you finish is because it isn't ironic knowing that a black person doesn't see him that much of a threat. But white people are just, I'm going to admit, white people are going to be the ones that shoot because white people will even fight for black people and do some fucked up ass shit.
Bro,
the crazy ones,
Quincy, sorry.
They just want a reason to be evil.
White people.
And this is what I'm saying about this.
Show
is me
me a
actually
point
talking about
in
a white
history.
person. This is actually me talking about white people.
Show me a point in history when white people have fought more for black people. Show me. Point to an example right now.
Not more.
Point. You just said that
No, I said
they're
that,
more prone to fight for black people
No,
than
I
who?
said that they're more prone to shoot a person and use black people as a reason.
Use black people as a reason for what?
To do
what
violence.
kind of reason?
To do violence.
Against who?
Who cares? To do violence on anyone. The shootings are, even school shootings and stuff, aren't just white people on white people. It's white people on all people. They don't give a fuck. They just need a reason. So they'll use black people for a reason. But they're the problem, though. I'm agreeing with you. They are the problem.
So in other
they're
words,
the ones that more psychotic that's going to be popping off.
So in other words,
I agree with you on that.
In other words, black people live rent-free in white people's head, essentially. That's what you basically just said. We live rent-free in their head.
I agree with that. But yeah, for sure, because they always want to act like us and be like us and all that stuff, of course. Yeah, duh. But at the same time, I'll give you that. But, you know, it's just...
Look, at the end of the day, did he deserve to get shot? No. Am I going to shed a tear as a black man where he just constantly had rhetoric?
You don't have to shed a tear. You're going extremes for a rhetoric. It's not black or white. There's 50 Shades of Grey. It's a movie. It's a book.
Bro, he went around the country to all these colleges talking about black people this, black people that.
He wasn't going there talking about black people.
That's what he
brings
did, bro.
up black people throughout the conversations.
Can he go one conversation without bringing up black folks?
No,
Can you do that?
Well, because black people do have the most abortions.
Man, bro, stop.
I saw the statistic.
And I saw the statistic that white people commit the most crimes, but are you going to believe that?
No. Wait.
Are you going to believe that?
No, I do believe that. But
that
we're
they
talking
commit
about
the most crime, right?
Like violent criminal crimes?
That they commit
violent, like gang crimes?
All crime. All of it.
Gang.
All crime. I'm talking about.
You said all 3 times, and I said gang twice. And
you're specifying it.
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
Said yeah.
I'm talking about all. I'm not talking about just one type of crime. The majority of crime is done by white
I take
people.
Words literally.
Yeah, so I'm saying all. That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying.
All is 100%.
No. Okay, so now you're just being
semantics.
You're being literal. You're being super practical. That's just no. You know what?
I'm not gonna be speaking. I'm not gonna be expressing myself like that throughout this whole episode.
People,
I'm not doing that.
I'm saying
not doing that
throughout
in general.
recorded human history, white people are the most violent people. They've committed whole genocides. How about that?
He's talking about history.
I'm talking
like the whole history, like the whole global history.
I'm talking about,
like day-to-day crimes.
Yeah, even day-to-day crimes. They commit
like
the most.
Niggas robbing niggas and shit.
Yes.
Black.
No, it's not black. It's not.
Hispanic. Illegal.
No. See, you over here. Look,
I'm just saying.
Look, at the end of the day.
I know some of them.
At the end of the day. At the end of the day,
I ain't incriminate nobody, dog.
At the end of the day, well, they do it to black people all the time, though.
I have knowledge and I have experience, so I come to a common consensus, and I just put them all together.
Right,
and
so
that's the difference. Because I'm using both. I didn't grow up in the more the nicest of environments, so I seen it.
But
I know who they targeted.
And so who created that environment? Was it black people that created that environment? For it to be deprived of resources and
that's why they have to feel like Robin Hood.
Force niggas.
Robin Hood is the way to go. Steal from the rich.
So
to fulfill for the poor. I do agree they're wrong, but 2 wrongs don't make a right, and that could be somewhat of a full circle to this.
Why be a wrong in the first place? Why is there a wrong in the first place?
Because we're human.
No, see, that's the rationale bullshit.
All humans are flawed.
I apologize in advance because I usually don't cuss.
But you don't match that same energy.
That's that
because
rationale
then you're
bullshit.
going to a petty realm where you're more wrong because you dare go there.
But I could say you're wrong for rationalizing that. I could say that you're wrong for rationalizing it.
I'm accepting it.
Huh?
I'm accepting it.
That's right. So
I'm
you're
not rationalizing it. It's just it is what
acceptance
it
is a form of rationalization.
It's inevitable.
No,
it's human nature.
No,
it is.
I don't have to accept it.
It's human nature. You don't have to accept human nature, but that's on you.
No, I don't have to accept. I don't have to accept that
if
the
you
wrong.
Got pee-pee, that's a restaurant.
I don't have to accept that the wrong has to be there. That's what you're doing.
Oh man, nobody's God, bro.
Listen,
God is
there
up
doesn't
there.
have to be a wrong. All black people are saying in totality is leave us the hell alone. But y'all can't do that. Every step of the way up to today, there always has to be a point.
They're not gonna not do that.
So when you don't leave us alone,
because you know what? You know why? Because it sounds like I'm gonna be speaking for white people for a little bit, but you know why? Because a lot of if you look at mainstream media, a lot of the black culture is pushed, and then they're influencing other races because it's cool. Look, we're the coolest.
No,
we're the most
black people are the culture of America.
Yeah, we're
we set
the
the trends.
ones. So they see that, and then their kids start to emulate it, and then they start seeing their kids doing shit that they don't like because it's not how they're raised, and then it's like a negative effect too. It's like then they become rebellious and they're anti this and that, and it just becomes it breaks their homes. So they're impacted by it, so they feel a reason to speak against it, and that's what he's doing. There's the way to do it, but hey, he's entitled to do it the way he does it. That's what the First Amendment is about.
Charlie Kirk reminds me.
You're not supposed to
Charlie Kirk
be
reminds
heartless
me
because like when you don't care, that's heartless. And if
Charlie
you're gonna
Kirk,
be heartless towards someone that got
I'm not shedding
murdered,
a tear for him.
No, but you're being heartless towards it.
See, that's
you're
that,
being
that's
heartless.
that.
No, it's
you're
the
shaming
truth.
me. So you're
It's
shaming
the
me.
truth.
So
It's
you're
the
shaming me.
truth.
So you're
It's the
shaming me.
truth.
So right now you're shaming me.
It's the truth.
So right now
if you don't
you're
care, you're
shaming me.
heartless.
So right
The
now,
nigga got murdered.
you see. So right now
I'm
you're
talking
shaming
about
me.
a person, bro.
You're shaming me right now
Who
to
he
feel
killed?
bad about somebody who doesn't give
what
a
innocent person
damn.
he killed? Did he rape anybody?
It doesn't matter
Is
what
he sorry, great.
talk down.
Sorry,
It doesn't matter.
But is he
Are you going to force me to feel? You're going to force me to empathize with somebody?
No,
or you're going to shame me to feel bad about somebody?
At all?
You're going to shame. So you're shaming me.
You don't have to shed tears like that extreme that you're talking about.
So you're going to shame me.
You don't have to feel sorry for that.
But that's what you're. So you're
going
to. So you're sitting here about to shame me to feel bad about somebody, right? That's what you're doing.
One of the examples of being heartless is if someone dies that is not deserving to die, and you don't care.
Okay, and
that's heartless.
And now let's put it in context.
That is heartless.
Now let's put it in context.
Oh.
When you don't feel bad about somebody who told you that they don't like empathy.
Yeah, because of what they say is gospel. That's you, and that's a reason. You're looking for a reason.
And empathy does a lot of damage. He said this out of his own mouth. Let's put Johnny Bunn put up the whole quote. He said it out of his own mouth. He said it out of his own mouth, talking about Charlie Kirk,
I didn't do it.
who says he doesn't give a damn about empathy, and it does a lot of damage. Matter of fact, that's what he said. You mean to tell me I should feel
need a reason
empathy,
to be heartless?
So I need to
that's
feel.
Your reason to be heartless.
So
that's your reason to be heartless.
No,
because of what he said.
No, it's more than that.
So you're not gonna be a better person.
It's more than that.
It's not about being a better person. It's more than being a better person.
Plus, he has spews a lot of anti-black rhetoric. So you want me to feel bad about somebody?
My feelings.
So you want me to
my feelings.
Yeah, but you're trying to shame me to have feelings.
Oh, sorry for that.
You're trying to shame me to have feelings, though. That's what you're doing. You're trying to shame me into having feelings for somebody.
You should have feelings. Just like you should feel sorry.
No, I don't. Yeah.
And if you don't feel sorry, then you're heartless.
So you're shaming me to feel. I can have selective. I can have selective empathy, right? That's a thing. I can do that.
What the hell?
I can choose to have empathy for somebody.
I'm about to sound like Charlie Kirk. I don't believe in selective empathy. What the fuck is that bullshit?
I can choose to feel bad about you, but I can choose not to feel bad about him. I can do that. I'm allowed to do that.
I feel bad about
I can
anyone
do about. I'm allowed to do that.
I already said
you
the
know
three
that, right?
people. If you don't fall into the spectrum of those three people, I'm gonna feel bad.
Okay.
Even if you're someone that I totally disagree with on everything else.
Okay.
I refuse to let my feelings block me from being heartless. I always will have a heart.
And if you're gonna be here, sitting here, building your platform off of anti-black rhetoric and propaganda, I'm not. Do I think you should have got shot? Did I think you should have got shot? No. But am I going to shed a tear? Hell no. I'm not shedding no tears.
You keep on talking about the tear shit.
Yeah, I'm not shedding no tears.
Who said tears?
I'm not shedding no tears. I'm not sitting here.
You keep on saying tears. Why you keep on going to the tears?
Yeah, I don't.
Tears don't mean like you don't have to shed tears to care.
I don't care.
You don't care, exactly. It's heartless.
No, I don't care about his rhetoric.
Nigga, who's talking about his rhetoric? I'm talking about the man who got
But that's what made him a public figure.
Oh my God, bro.
You're talking about
he's a human being.
You're talking about the human being aspect.
Yes.
I'm talking about
what he stood about anything else.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the point. That's my point.
You're talking about the human being. About he shouldn't.
Politics.
He
fuck all them views. Fuck all that shit.
He shouldn't have got put.
We are human beings, bro. Fuck all that shit.
He's talking about
harming others.
He shouldn't have got killed.
Actually harming others.
He shouldn't have got killed for his opinion. That's basically what he's saying. That's his standpoint.
Yes.
He shouldn't have got. And I don't disagree with that.
If you don't feel for that, you're heartless.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. But at the same time, if you're out here being slick, talking about all this like denigration of black people and all that, I don't rock with that either. So I'm not going to shed a tear for you. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it.
Keep on going to this. This is your way of expressing caring as shedding a tear. But I take that shit literally. You don't
Bro.
have to shed a tear to feel bad, to feel sorry.
See, and that's part
Like,
of
what the fuck is called having
Bro,
compassion,
shedding
having
a
a heart.
tear, bro, that's a
if you
figure-
don't like,
bro.
you just said,
Jesus.
okay, I'm gonna turn my heart off for this moment,
Bro.
because my
You're
heart
taking-
can't turn off. It
Bro,
stays on
bro,
all times.
you understand figure of speech, don't you? You understand
I do,
that?
but I'm not using it on someone's murder. I'm not using figure of speech on someone's
But this
murder.
is just me and
Everything
you.
I say is gonna be literal.
No,
it's not just me and you.
but you're being bro.
I'm not be literal.
We're just chopping
I'm
it
not,
up,
ain't
bro.
ain't no just chopping up.
Okay,
The
so
nigga
if
got
you want
murked.
to,
That shit ain't right.
Okay, so
Period.
okay, we're chopping it up about a situation. And I'm talking to you as my cousin,
Yeah.
being figure of speech. You don't have to take it there.
I
so
do,
what I'm telling you, no,
because
you
this
don't.
nigga died,
But when
got
I'm
murked, bro.
okay, when I say shedding tears, I'm not literally saying shedding tears,
Yeah,
bro.
no, so,
I'm saying
I'm not
I'm
trying
saying
to hear
I'm not
that.
gonna sit here and shed propaganda tears.
Not
Right?
even
Do you
fucking-
understand
what
that?
the fuck is that?
'Cause
That's even worse.
But that's what you've been doing.
How about this? How about
That's what
this?
you've been doing.
Feel sorry for a nigga that you don't like getting murked.
Okay, let's repeat that again. Feel sorry for somebody I don't like
Getting murked.
getting murked.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? Just because your
Ladies
feelings.
and gentlemen,
Because
do
your
y'all,
feelings.
do y'all see how
He's still a human
ridiculous
being.
that sounds?
Is he an evil person?
Do you see how
Is he an evil
feel
person?
sorry for somebody I don't like
Yeah.
getting murked?
Yeah.
Feel sorry.
Imagine how heartless you
Feel
got to be
sorry.
to repeat it and
no,
not
no,
get
no,
it.
no.
Repeat
Feel
it and not
sorry-
get it.
Feel sorry for
going.
my enemy that I don't like.
Yeah. I would
Feel
not
sorry
want
for
I would not
enemy.
wish the worst on. I would feel sorry for all of my enemies.
Man, get out of here.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. That's the
Get out of
difference.
here.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
can't
difference.
get out here. I'm
Yeah,
still here.
Nah, you are still. But I don't.
Yeah, there's
that's
a difference.
That's
There's
that
levels to this shit.
Stockholm syndrome
Yeah,
talk, bro.
yeah,
I don't.
it's
I don't.
whatever you want to say.
It is.
Yeah, I'm
That's that
Stockholm and you're heartless.
No,
You can
I'm
do
not
that.
heartless.
I know,
heartless
I'm not Stockholm.
Specifically though, let's specify because you like specifications. I'm specifically heartless to. I'm not heartless to you.
Yeah, I'm not. I know.
I'm not heartless to Quincy. I'm
I
not heartless to
know,
you.
but you got
I'm not
heartless-
heartless.
I'm not heartless towards anybody.
See, I'm heartless.
There's no
I don't give a damn.
turning off.
Bro, no, I'm not.
I'm the
not,
same
no, bro.
always.
I'm not. I
I'm
don't
the
give a
same
damn
always.
about my enemies.
I'm consistent.
I don't give a damn about my enemies. I don't care because you know why?
They're not really enemies though.
Because they don't give a damn about me. That's why.
Nah,
my
bro,
enemy.
they don't know you. That's why.
But they're my
But
enemy.
if you were someone that was, if we were more
Bro.
public, let's say we were bigger people, and your rhetoric was going across, and then you got killed, you don't think they would feel sorry for you, even though they disagree
yeah, because
with you?
I don't preach separatism.
Oh
I don't
my
do that.
God. See,
I'm not a Charlie
what the
Kirk.
heck was that?
I'm not Charlie Kirk. I don't go out. I don't
Bro.
get out here and go to different colleges talking about.
You think that
I
white
don't
people?
denigrate.
You think white people that did own slaves should still pay for reparations?
Yes, because they benefited from that.
How?
Our
They
ancestors.
didn't own slaves.
Oh my God.
Bro,
Our ancestors.
that is something that is egregious.
Okay.
It might get you
Now, are you
caught.
ready for a history lesson? Or are you just gonna keep? You're gonna sit here and just
You can
talk?
keep. No,
you ready
I'm
for a
not-
history
said
lesson?
Keep talking. Like you could do that, but that don't mean that's what's
No,
happening.
no, but-
what's happening is that
But
you're
the
trying to
history-
find a way in.
No, I'm
Just
not.
get in.
No, I'm not.
Just
I'm
get
gonna
in.
give you some
Just
real
say
truth
it.
and history, which is going to give you clarification
Just
and
go.
concrete and a concrete and more concreteness in your head about why white people benefit today from slavery. And why black people are owed reparations. That's why history is important. It's to give you more of a concrete perspective about today. History is super important. So that being said, name me a colony before 1619 that was, because before 1619, before black people got here, approximately 1619, white people tried to develop this country by themselves, and they failed multiple times. They failed in Jamestown. They failed in Roanoke. They failed in Florida. They failed in all these places until they got slaves, until they got black people. So my question to you is, sir, name me a colony before 1619 that was built without black people. Name it. Because
Name a colony. that
Name
was
a
built
colony,
before
a
black
13
people.
colony.
And how does this make your point?
it makes my point because when black people got involved into the building of this country, we built this country from scratch for free, might I add, no pay. While
How
we're
did they get
building,
here?
How did they? They were already six, and you can Google this. Google what I'm telling you, folks.
How many
Only
of them?
about 6% of black people made it from the transatlantic slave trade to America.
So how did they get got?
They got here. There was Aboriginal people
No, but like
already here.
how did they get got into building it for free?
They got captured.
What were they doing here the whole time?
They were. Bro,
What were they developing?
They already
How
had.
did they get captured?
They already.
If they were already there first,
What do you-
they didn't develop anything.
They did. They had their
So
own.
they can't fight
There was
against it?
already, there were already tribes here.
Why weren't they prepared to fight against it?
Yeah, I'm not, bro. We were prepared to fight. That's
And
why
they lost?
you heard about the Maroons. You heard about the
And they
Maroons in
lost.
Florida. See, this is stuff they don't
And
like
they
to tell
lost.
you in history. They didn't lose. That's
So
what I'm telling
how
you.
did they become slaves and
Why
build
do
the
you-
country?
Bro, because how did they okay, look, they became slaves that got captured. I'm not denying that.
Yeah,
What
but
I'm
how
telling
did
you
they
is-
get captured? How did they get captured if they were already here?
Yeah, because
They should already been like
they
should be more advanced.
They were.
So
They
how
already
did they
had-
lose?
I'm telling you, bro, they got captured. They lost. They took L's. I'm not saying
How? Because they weren't developed.
no, they were developed. That's why
If you're developed, then you should be able to beat them
so I'm
niggas.
telling you, I'm about
So
to give
you
you
shouldn't
examples.
do that.
They had places, the Great Dismal Swamp. Do you know about that? In Florida, they already had established places down there. That's why you realize that Florida wasn't a part of the 13 colonies. There's a reason for that. They couldn't get into Florida because black people were there holding it down. You do know that, right? Well, you don't know that. That's what I'm telling you. In Florida, they had the Great Dismal Swamp. The maroon black people that were down there, they kept white people, they kept the U.S. government, the military out. That's why Florida was not a part
Did
of
they
it.
always keep them out forever?
Yeah.
Eventually, what happened?
Yeah, eventually they had
And
to
how?
so eventually they had to talk to they created a treaty with the black people there. General what's the general's name?
Okay, so it was a treaty.
the general they had to negotiate to
So
get the
Florida
land.
was built by blacks
yes.
because it was already owned by black.
The whole country was built by black people.
And it was already owned by black.
The whole country was built by black people.
So it was already industrialized by the time the treaty came.
The industrial it was black people established Florida before that. Industrial wise, when the industrial area hit, black people built the industrial area era.
And for free.
Hell yeah, for
And
absolute.
why were they doing it? Like,
Yes,
why were they?
that's what
that means-
slavery was.
Yeah, so
It was free
slavery.
labor.
So
La-
slavery.
labor.
How did they get taken into slavery?
Because they were captives. They came.
So how were they captives if they are advanced?
Bro,
You're not losing. You shouldn't lose. You shouldn't become captive. You
bro,
should win. It should never happen.
Everybody takes L's, bro. Everybody takes L's. Yeah, everybody takes
wow.
L's. And on
History
top of that,
comes to just everybody takes
no,
L's.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Wow.
No, it doesn't. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I need to slow myself down so I can articulate myself better with you because you just
Yeah,
get me
'cause
riled
I'm good
up.
at what I do,
no,
too.
because you rile me up too much. So
Hey,
here
look,
it
it's
is,
happening.
right? Here it is,
It's
right?
happening.
So black people throughout history have always come to the aid of white people every single time when it comes to the Maroons going into Europe,
Oh, I know about
civilizing
that. I
Europe.
agree with
When
you.
they go,
I agree with
or
you.
the
I
Maroons,
agree with
the Moors going into
White
Europe.
people ain't shit without us.
When it comes to black people here, giving them free labor for hundreds of
I agree
years,
with you.
building railroads, building roads, building all
White
the
people ain't shit without us.
cotton. There's a
agree
saying
with
back
you.
then, in the cotton is king, because
Yeah, exactly.
cotton was this driving
agree with
economic
you.
force of this country, which built wealth. Wall Street was built by slavery. Wall Street,
So are you
the first.
Yeah. You're talking about the Tulsa
first stock.
1920s. and all that?
No. Before
Are
that,
you going like
the
but
first
that's
stock.
like when they're bombing.
The,
like,
the
that's
first
like-
stock that was
but that was Wall
traded
Street.
on Wall Street was slaves. That was the
Yeah.
first stock that was traded.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
so,
like, think about the whole fact that slaves.
so,
everyone catch L's.
no. I'm saying
But keep going.
black people get complicit. We do. That's our fault for trusting the fact that we weren't going to get stabbed in the back.
Excuse me.
Even in Europe, when we civilized Europe,
Gullible.
we helped them. We taught them math, science. We taught them alchemy. We taught them how to bathe. We taught them how to properly eat
they were
three-course
nasty.
meals.
They were nasty.
They want to turn around
They
and stab
were.
us in the back. That's what it is. That's how it's
I'll
always
give
been.
you that.
That's
I'll
how it's
give you
always
that.
been.
Yeah, I'll give
You
you
know what I'm
that.
saying? That's just history.
I give you that. I'm being realistic though. I'm being realistic. And when I say this, because this whole thing brought up because I brought up the whole reparations thing and like one of your viewpoints in comparison to like Charlie, like being extreme. And if you're a more bigger figure, then you'll have people after you. To certain people, like like the white nationalists and supremacists will be after you and be sending you dirty letters and threatening you and might even try to pull up on you.
The federal government is white supremacy ran. That's what I'm telling you. No matter the political affiliation, that's what I'm telling you. Where are the black people at? In the federal
government?
In the federal government, yeah.
In the federal government?
The politicians. Who are they?
Politicians aren't black too?
That's not what I'm saying. You didn't hear what I just said.
But you said, are they white? Yeah,
the
they're
majority
white.
of them are white. The majority of politicians.
The majority of the country is white. That's a coincidence or what?
There are about 9 areas of
Are
activity.
you serious?
You got
White people are 49% of the population, and you still surprised that it's gonna be predominantly white in there? If it was a more blacker country, then they'll call it, or wherever other race.
No,
like,
that's never happened though.
Yeah, it's not going to.
It's happened in history.
Yeah,
though.
well, actually, it's starting to happen right now.
I pointed to examples for you.
It's actually happening right now. I'm talking about America, though. I just want to focus here.
No, but you have to go to other examples to show you about today how we're not like that. We're not built like that. We're just not like that.
Because like this is what the thing is about focusing on history so much is that it takes away from now.
No, it doesn't.
Because if you focus on now, then you're not gonna have such a strong stance with now.
No, it clarifies. Because it clarifies now.
It's
so you don't repeat.
Strong.
That's why you have to understand history so you don't repeat it. That's why it's important for black people to understand.
At this time in 2025, it ain't going to. Because it's not.
You know what thing is still
There's too many people.
You know what's still consistent?
There's a lot of white people.
Racism still consistent. Racism.
There's a lot of white people that agree with you. There's a lot of white people that are against the rhetoric of.
There's a lot of white people that are complicit also, which is also you're low key co-signing when complicit when you're
ignoring the white people that are on our side.
I'm not ignoring that. I'm not saying all white people are bad.
I'm not saying that. You're saying that. But what I am saying is that the group of white people that you're talking about is small.
Of what's small? What group of white people?
The group of white people you're referring to.
And what's this group of white people? What are they? Who are they? What's this group of white people?
About like the white people that like I guess you say white supremacists.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's a counter. When you think of the education system, you think it's mostly white people or black people running the education system in the country?
Who's running it?
Who's running it?
Like who's running it?
Who's disseminating the information?
Who is pushing the propaganda?
Who is disseminating the information?
Pushing the propaganda? Who is pushing the propaganda? In there.
You're not letting me finish.
Yeah, no, because I got your answer. It's white people.
Okay.
But what propaganda are they pushing?
Let me roast.
For minorities.
Let me roast. Let me cook. Let me throw. When it comes to the medical industry, do you think it's mostly black people running
white people
or white people
running?
When it comes to the judicial system.
No, we're not going to waste time. You're going to get to the point.
No, we're not wasting time.
Yeah, you're going to get to the point.
Roast.
So, get to the point. White people run all this shit. But what are they pushing? Are they pushing white shit?
I have to roast.
Are they pushing white shit?
I have to roast.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Because
you're not. They're pushing minority shit. They're pushing minority shit.
You're not going to
you're pushing minority shit. White people are pushing minority shit. And you're not going to do this. No, because you're going to just say, oh, it's white people pushing white shit. No, you're wrong. White people are pushing minority shit. They're pushing all the trans shit. The white people are pushing the trans shit. They're pushing the black culture. White people are pushing the black culture.
When you think about all these
white people are pushing the black culture.
When you think about institutions,
they're pushing the black culture.
All the problems,
they're pushing the minority shit. They're pushing the trans shit.
When you think about the inception of all these problems, trickle down and affect people at the bottom.
Trying to push that shit.
Power. It doesn't matter what they
pushing white people.
It's not about what you believe. It's not about what your religious background is. It's not about what your perspectives are, what your political affiliation is. It doesn't matter about none of that shit. The problem is that it's white people at the top of the food chain and all these industries that are affecting black people.
And what are they focused on? And what are they focused on? What do you mean? What are they focused on? Minority, black, all that other shit, gay shit, homo shit. The white people are pushing other people's shit. They're not pushing their own shit.
Bro, what are you
They're not pushing that. I'm talking about what I'm talking about. Now it's time to listen.
No, bro.
White people are the ones in power. Here's the truth. White people are the ones in power. But those white people in power have a hidden agenda. And their agenda is to push this rhetoric so we can keep staying divided.
Their rhetoric, their agenda is to keep,
because look at the mainstream media. They push like Kendrick Lamar and they push all this black shit, all the reality shows, all this other shit. And then they're always talking about, oh my God, he's a Nazi and he's a fascist because he's anti-abortion or he's anti-trans or he's against gay marriage or whatever the fuck. But that's the white people pushing that rhetoric down our throats. Not pushing white shit down. They're not pushing radical right Charlie Kirk like shit down our throats. He's not a representation of them.
They're funding him. They're funding him.
No, they don't fuck with him. CNN don't fuck with him. MSNBC don't fuck with him.
All of these major corporations.
So much fucked up shit about Charlie Kirk.
Major corporations.
That shit, bro.
All these major corporations have funded. Like, there's been a lot of. There's been a
CNN
lot of
don't like
major.
that nigga.
There's been a lot of major corporations that have
about
funded
CNN
Charlie
talking
Kirk.
so much shit about
There's
Charlie
been a
Kirk.
lot of major corporations that
They
have
were
funded
anti
Charlie
that
Kirk.
nigga. Even after the nigga died, they don't want to
Bro.
give the full details. They don't want to give
There's
the full
been a lot of
context
major
because they trying to protect certain people. They're all inclusive. That's the people in the white power is pushing all inclusion. Yeah, listen, nigga.
No,
White
bro,
people are pushing all inclusion.
I'm letting you
it's
talk
not what
because
the fuck you're talking about.
So racism is not a problem, right? I want
That's
you to
not what
put
I
that
said.
on record. Racism is not the main problem
that's what he
with
said, right?
America.
That's what he said.
No.
That's what he
I'm saying,
said.
No. I'm saying that's what he's saying. Let's put it on record. Put it on the
Racism
camera.
is not the
no,
main
it's
problem
not the
in
main
America.
problem.
No,
Okay.
it's not.
So
No, it's not.
I'm not. What I'm about to say, I'm not
it's not.
directly calling you this, but. Sambo talk, listen up.
That's ignorance.
Racism is not the main problem in America. That's what he's saying. I'm saying
That's
racism
ignorance.
is the main problem, and it has been the main problem for America since 1865, but way before 1865. But we're saying since we've been quote unquote free, right? Because
Quote, unquote, free.
antebellum slavery
Quote,
stopped.
unquote, free.
And antebellum slavery stopped. But
Quote,
then
unquote,
after
free is
that,
crazy.
after we've been so-called free, every time we get a leader, they want to assassinate them. Every time we get somebody in the black community that wants to stand up for us, they get taken out, right? From the Malcolm X to the Fred Hampton to the Martin Luther King to the
You're talking about pre-civil rights that drew into civil rights.
Well, I'm saying
what are you talking about in 2020?
okay,
in
even
our life.
pre-civil rights.
In our life.
Okay, in our life, you got mass incarceration. You got
No. I'm talking about the people you're naming. Where are that?
They affect,
Damn.
They affect,
Damn.
They have an impact on our future, on
Damn.
our present. Yes, they do.
I thought you were talking about the people in our life. Like you're saying that they all get killed. There's people in our life right now that are influencing, and they're not getting murdered.
Bro,
It was
stop,
the white
stop
guy
with
that
this,
got
bro.
murdered.
Stop with this, bro.
It's the
Don't do that.
truth.
Don't do that.
I know.
Because you're
don't speak the truth.
No.
When
I
it's
know what
inconvenient.
No. I'm not speaking, bro. You're being, bro. You see, I know what you're doing, bro. You're being slick, trying to hone it into me specifically. I'm talking about our community.
I'm not
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
you.
our people in large numbers.
I'm not talking about you.
You're individualizing.
I'm not
You just
I'm
said
talking
people
about
around us.
your viewpoints, yeah, but I'm not talking about you.
No, but you just individualized it. I'm talking about in
No, I
large
didn't.
numbers. You did. You said there's people around us right now that are influential. That are,
around us.
Yeah, right.
Like
around
I'm
us.
not talking about me and you, us. I'm talking about our society.
Yeah,
there's
and-
people in our
okay.
society. There's people in our society, in our country, and all that stuff that are influential on black people, and their lives are nowhere near at risk as Mr. Pop.
Bro, yes they are. Yes they are.
Shit.
Yes they are, bro.
The proof is
the
got
proof
murdered.
is in the pudding.
The
You're right.
proof is that he got
You're
murdered,
right.
not them.
Yeah, well, I can go over. Okay, Charlie Kirk's just one of.
So
everyone.
where's the black version of Charlie Kirk that's going campuses and talking and that's gonna get popped?
They're not doing it. They're not going on campuses talking anti
Or
all this
pro-black.
nonsense.
No, they talk. They could
No,
be like.
we're not.
They could talk like
there's not.
Tariq
There's not.
Nasheed.
There's not. There's
For
okay.
example,
But Tariq.
why don't he go on the campus and talk? Because they're gonna.
Because
Most of the people
Tariq
on the
doesn't-
because most of the people on the campuses are gonna agree with him.
Tariq
They're
doesn't.
gonna agree with him.
No, Tariq doesn't.
Because that's the narrative that they push.
No. Tariq doesn't talk about. Tariq doesn't go off to different campuses talking about. Oh, what about this?
No.
He doesn't
his
have white
worldview.
people on his dome like that.
Yeah, because they more support.
What are you talking? Who's more support? Who?
The more white people support him than black people support Charlie Kirk.
Man, dog,
Yeah.
no.
Because that's why he's not. No, they don't see him as a threat. They don't see him as a threat. They saw Charlie Kirk as a threat.
They don't see him as a
because
threat,
he's white.
but he's
But
banned.
because he's black.
They don't see him as a threat, but he's banned from a whole country. You know that, right?
One whole country. What country is this?
England. He can't go to England. He's banned from England. This is well-known facts. So you mean to tell me for talking about black empowerment, literally?
And that's what happens when you actually speak out in public about it.
Okay, black empowerment. There's nothing wrong with black empowering your own people. There's nothing wrong with that.
Then he should go on campus and talk about it.
He went to countries and did it. He won up to you. He won up to you instead of a campus. He went to an entire country and did it, and got banned from the country because he's talking about black empowerment.
But you said there's nothing wrong with it. So it must be something wrong with the country,
I said
right?
there's nothing wrong with black empowerment.
Yeah, but that's what he got banned for.
Right. It's wrong.
So it's wrong for the country, right?
And
so England's wrong.
So who runs England? Is it white folks or black folks that run England?
White.
Thank you.
And then,
so it's wrong for who specifically?
So
majority white
this
people.
comes in full
I'm
circle.
not saying all white people.
So this comes in full circle.
I'm not saying all white people disagree with him.
White and black.
I'm not
because
saying
a white person murked Charlie.
Yeah,
So it's like white people are just
and the
gonna
irony
hate.
and the
It
irony
doesn't- so
is
it does- there is
and
no
the irony is
So white people
yeah, there
just
is,
hate.
there's more irony
but white
to
people
it.
love.
There's
but
more
white
irony
people
to
hate.
it. And the
white
irony
people are white
is and the
people.
irony is that Charlie Kirk never said anything negative about white folks. He never did. Show me a clip where he talked about white people in a negative way, the white community in a negative way. Show me a clip. He always
never
had
had a
some
reason
black.
to.
He had no reason to.
Yeah,
Okay. So white people just don't do anything bad.
No, it's not that.
They don't do anything bad, right? They
Not
don't commit. They don't commit any kind of.
Not that.
They don't have a violent issue.
It's not.
They don't
It's
have,
just not. It's
right?
not. It's just like more personal when white people do shit.
No, so
black
they
people-
don't have a
black
crime.
people do
So
shit
they
more
don't have a crime
sporadically.
issue. They
It's
don't
more
have an
sporadic.
issue where
It's not like it's not personal all the time with the black people. It's more sporadic.
But he never. But that's the point I'm making to you. He never had anything negative to say.
I know
Where's
because
the balance?
white people crimes be like more personal.
They
don't just do it to
Talk
anybody.
about it. Talk about it.
They don't
So
do
what?
it. You can't talk about personal shit.
No, but
he's talking about more broader shit.
But it's still a crime that gets taken to
He's
trial or
wasting-
court or
we didn't
whatever.
even get to play the videos, man.
That's what I'm saying. But, I mean,
That's not what you said.
no, that's a figure of speech. See, why are you doing that? You're taking shit so fucking literal, man.
I can't help it.
Golly.
Because I'm not gonna talk like that. I don't use
No,
figures of
bro,
speech.
you see
I
that
don't
little.
use
You're
figures of
taking.
speech.
You're being too.
I had to deprogram myself
like-
from figures of speech because that shit could easily be
well,
taken literal.
I'm-
It could, especially if you're having a back and forth where you disagree.
But we're not.
then
We're not
gonna-
doing
I'm-
an official debate though. If I was in a debate, like official debate, then that's different. I'm not debating you,
This is what I was trying to do.
not-
I ain't gonna
bro,
lie. I was
I'm not-
trying to do this for the episode, bro.
bro. I'm not. Well, I
And now
mean,
they know.
yeah, I'm not. I'm not debating you, dog. Like I'm just. That's the thing.
I was here to
Like,
for the
look, man. I'm over here saying all these like I'm trying to be cool,
He
calm.
shot.
I'm trying to be barbershop with it. This nigga's over here trying to be in debate class. I'm like, nigga, I'm not trying to debate. I'm trying to have a conversation about it, yes. But I'm over here just trying to have barbershop talk. Like that's what the
Man, we could do that all
shooting
the time.
the ish. Like what do you
we
think?
shoot-
Like
we are shooting the ish.
no, you're trying to have a debate. I'm trying to over here. You're over here trying to be literal. I'm like, bro,
A debate is shooting the
I'm
ish.
shooting the ish. You're over here like, no,
You're not shooting
you
the ish.
literally didn't shed tears. I'm like, bro. No, that's not shooting the ish. That's
No,
something
you
else.
did
Like,
shed tears. No, tears
Nah.
don't mean. Look, that's just you. Just I see.
Nah.
I see what you're doing though. I got you.
I'm shooting the ish. You're going off code with the ish part. I'm literally trying to shoot the ish. You're over here trying to have the
That's
great
what they're
debaters
here
in this
for.
moment. You're trying to have the great debaters in this
That's what the
moment.
viewers want to see.
Nah, they trying to see us shoot the ish.
Man, cap. They like this was content.
Nah, this is content. But I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Look, this dude was not for my people. Point blank.
Yeah, of course not.
He wasn't for me. So why I'm good. I mean,
Why does it gotta be about you or your people all the time?
Because I'm black.
Damn, the world don't revolve around black people, bro. It
That's-
don't revolve around anybody. It's
It
no
doesn't-
one
it-
person.
It doesn't evolve around black people, but the funny
it's
part,
like, man,
the funny part,
all lives
hold on.
matter, bro.
The funny part is that it doesn't evolve around black people, but we live rent free in everybody's head, though.
Yeah, because we're
How does that
because
work?
we're the coolest.
So it does
Yeah, we're
evolve
the
around
coolest.
because we live rent free in their heads.
But like, don't let that go to your head.
It's not going to my head. I'm just
Well, you
I'm just
just
telling
said
it like
so.
it is, like just like how you said
But
it.
you think you're justifying why you think that.
No, I'm just repeating what it
The
is.
world doesn't revolve around black people, even if we're in all other races' heads. Still don't revolve around us.
But to them, they think it does. They think we are rent free in everybody's head, so it revolves around their lives. But it doesn't
no,
revolve.
it's
but I don't
in their
I-
lives.
No,
it doesn't revolve
we're
around.
on the
but
brain.
they are
We
not
are
not
on
the
the
top
brain.
priority. Like that's where you revolve. Is when you're the
We
top
are
priority.
the top priority, and because we are the culture. We are we set the trends, like we just said earlier. We
Yeah.
set the trends,
Yeah.
and if we deem something cool, then it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Then it's the thing. Like, bro, come on. Like, we are the culture.
Excuse me.
Like, so we live rent free in people's heads because they go off of what we go off of. Like, if we deem something first, then they follow suit. They're like, oh, okay. The newest dance and the newest clothes, the newest food to eat.
Even women's figures.
Right. The thick. Oh,
Girls like ass
I didn't
now.
even get to that. The big lips, the ass,
Yeah.
the
What are
thick
they
thighs
mimicking?
and the
What are they mimicking? I know all this.
bro.
Come on now. So just like
so we live,
show some appreciation. You know, like they
we
showed
live
us love.
free. We're ready.
Yeah.
It
So when
revolves
you know
around
that,
us.
yeah, I agree.
It revolves around us, ladies and gentlemen. It revolves around us. It does. Let's just call it spade a spade. I'm gonna say what Willie D says: a strike, a ball, a spade, a spade. Like, let's just call it what it is, man. It revolves around black folks.
That's why you should be flattered. You know, you should be like, hey, man.
I mean, I kind of am. I mean,
look, because like if you point it out, a lot of them would be like, okay, you have a valid point. So like, you know, you just do that.
I'm just,
you know, when all those fellas, you could just point out to a white person like, man, y'all want to beat us so bad.
Even you can even take
they
it to
try
sports.
to talk like us. They listen to our music. Their favorite athletes are usually our color.
Hip hop is the number one sold genre. The number one, like the number one. It's the genre of music that sets musical trends the most. Like out of all genres, it's the. You know what I'm saying? And I was about to say we can
rock
take it to
was created by black.
Blues.
Yeah, blues too.
Rock and roll.
I didn't mention blues.
It was blues.
I already
and then
know
rock and roll.
because blues is still predominantly black. That's why I mentioned
the
jazz.
Blues. Jazz
also is black. And I think jazz is also predominantly black.
Well, not right now. They've usurped
only rock people.
Not right now.
Like, that's why I say like rock is the first one you think is white.
No, but it was created by black folks. Yeah,
that's why.
Because rock is a spur from blues. Blues was first, and then it was rock.
I took
and roll.
music appreciation. That's why I know all that shit.
Yeah, it all comes. But we created all the genres, bro. Country music. Country came from black people. Yeah, coming from the slave plantations, they were doing country music on slave plantations. Like that came. That's black folks. The first cowboys were black. That's what a cowboy was. They called the slaves used to have to tend to the cattle and all that. That's where cowboys. The first cowboys were black. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, bro, it evolves around everything, even sports. I was trying to get to sports, even sports.
Well, like not the creation of the sports, but not like the predomination.
But I'm saying, I wasn't going to take it there, but I'm saying like when it comes to like the type of quarterback play, right? Who was the initial like dope scrambler? Who was like the trendy like fly
Tarkenton?
Well, I'm saying like
the first one to do it.
Well, I'm saying, the first one to
Randall Cunningham was the first one to turn it into
something. That's what I'm saying. Where we morphed it into
it was like
you got to create. You create a playbook for a scrambling quarterback. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was us. Mike Vick. I guess you could say Mike Vick or Frank
people here is like Frank Tarkenton doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Yeah, he don't. And
he went to 4
not
Super
even
Bowls.
just. I'll go before that.
Lost all of them, but
what's his name? Not Frank Tarkenton, but who was I gonna say? It was another white dude that
Blanca, not Blanca, George Blanca. Nah,
I don't know why I'm thinking about Rich Gannon. I'm thinking about Rich Gannon.
I think of Frank Tarkenton as the first scrambling quarterback. That boy used to move around and just make shit shake. I see all highlights. I could watch all highlights of this Frank Tarkenton dude. I'm like, damn, with that old school style, slow as hell, and the formation and all that, he's still making shit shake. He was a white boy. Motherfucker. He's in the Hall of Fame,
we got
too.
Hella comments, bro.
Oh, no, we got to read them all.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, these videos ain't happening. We went to win.
But,
we went to win.
Damn, we
went to win. We could maybe squeeze, like, little clips of some.
I don't even know. This might have to be a 2-parter, bro. I ain't even going to lie. I ain't even gonna lie. We might have to, for real, come back next week, man.
Yeah,
straight up, like, because this might have to be a 2. This is the pre.
Yeah, you gotta read the comments though. You gotta read the comments,
okay. Man. Okay. All right, so let me just start from the top, man. Let's see. I go up? I can't scroll up. Okay. Let's see.
Is it a lot?
Yes.
Damn.
That's a lot. Okay, so I can't even scroll up all the way. People have been chiming in.
We kind of got too loud, though. I know the decibels were crazy. Hey, Quincy, I want to apologize in advance.
No, that's what I told him. I said I'm going to apologize because I'm going to start cursing and cussing.
Yeah, it was just like when we were talking over each other, I realized because I know my voice get loud and you're actually matching me. And I was like, dang, I bet the audience, man, I bet the viewers were like, dang, guys.
Yeah, I'm just going to start from where I can see.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. The best you can, please.
I think Taylor was chiming in. She said, Taylor said, who wouldn't say that it's sad someone was murdered That's like part of her comment because I can't scroll up all the way.
Damn.
Damn. But,
we spent too much time going back and forth. We missed a lot of them. Sorry, guys, for the comments. I know I told y'all that we were going to read them and stuff. All right.
Who wouldn't say it was someone? That's why Charlie is great. Love thy enemy. This is okay. So this is Danielle Franco.
Yeah.
That's why Charlie is great. Love thy enemy. He's a godly man who loved everyone of. Get the fuck out.
Hey, no, don't do that to my homegirl, man.
Get the fuck.
Hey, man.
Does he have care? This is Taylor. So Taylor, I guess, responded to that comment because there's comment beef.
Oh man.
So she goes, does he have care that a little kid lost their daddy? At the end of the day, we are human, like Horton said.
She's a social worker.
Shout out to, see, I like that right there. That's what I like.
That's what I was going.
That's what I like.
She's a social worker. She deals with all sorts of stuff.
I can rock with that. See, I like that type of commentary.
She every day, man. She's on call.
And then this is Joseph chiming in. Death comes from from us all in the end. If people don't empathize with our young brothers out here gangbanging because that's all they have and nobody shows them empathy, which means that we as humans should empathize with all people across the board and not be selective. People will say those gangbangers, quote unquote, deserve what they get because of what they do and how they live. But when it happens to a white guy spreading his opinion across the country, it's all his family, he's human. We're all human and bottom kin and bottom kin. If you're blazing a trail for anything other than God, then you're no different. If you live by it, then you die by it. We're all equal. And then Taylor chimed in and said, I don't know what people you surround yourself with that say people deserve to die, but wrong crowd for sure.
Thank you, Taylor.
And then Joe chimed in talking about, bro, that's like saying, why did Jesus die? LMAO. Why did Jesus get captured? LMAO. Then he goes,
that is not like that at all. What the heck? It was a part of God's plan.
And then he goes, and then he said, that is their, he said, that is their shit, though. All of the things they push is their shit. That's why history is important. It's repeating itself because there has never been a shift of power. Man, Joseph is cooking.
Not really.
The black version.
The minority.
The black version of him is Charleston White. That's what Joseph said. And then Sebastian chimed in and said, or Candace.
No. The black version of him are still talking about black people. What are you talking about? The black version of him talking about white people. That's
the black version of him would be like Umar.
The black version of him is Tariq.
No, fuck. Hell no. Don't you ever disrespect him like that, bro. Don't you ever disrespect him like that, dog.
I would say Dr. Umar more.
Tariq is not like, he doesn't perpetuate like slick propaganda hate like that, bro. He don't do that.
Get with the program?
He don't get what program? What's that?
That's one of his expressions. I'm happy to hear that you're with the program.
Who said that?
Tariq, that's one of his things he says.
Get with the what
program? What the program is knowing that the FBAs deserve reparations and all the other stuff. I'm happy to hear that you're with the program. That you got with the program. Like you're with the program.
You're on code.
You're on code. Yeah.
Yeah, you should be on code.
What's code?
Black
code
empowerment.
What?
Code is black empowerment.
Yeah, exactly. So this is like you're pushing pro-black, even if you're not black?
No. He's talking about...
Is he just talking about black people pushing
pro-black? He's talking
specifically
to black people.
To black people?
Yes. Black people need to get on code.
Are his supporters only black people?
The majority of them, yes. They are.
Of course, the majority of them.
So
because of his rhetoric.
When he talks, he's specifically talking to a black audience. But then
there's other people that want to support him too.
Yeah, you can help. You can support black empowerment. Yeah. You can support it.
They support Tariq Nasheed, and he supports black empowerment. So that means by default they're supporting black empowerment. And like, if they're not black, are they on code?
They're on code.
I mean, if they're on black, yeah,
they're on code with black empowerment. Sure, you can be on code with black empowerment. There's nothing wrong with empowerment, bro.
There's nothing wrong with being on code.
Empowerment's not a negative word. It's
on
not.
Code is not like getting with the program.
On code is it's a term. It's a figure of speech term to say, yes, you're in alignment. You're aligned with black empowerment. You agree with it. You're on board. You're supporting it. I can support something. And be like, okay, sure. I supported Umar when he had the school. You remember I told you? I said, I donated. I supported him. I donated. That was me supporting him, like showing up to the lecture, donating money, that's support. Like, that's what I'm saying. If white people want to do that, that's fine. You can support a cause.
What if a black person supports Nick Fuentes?
Yeah, if you support Nick Fuentes, that's your prerogative to support him.
But does that make him a white supremacist?
That makes you a Sambo. That's what that makes you.
What's Sambo for people who don't know?
A black saboteur, someone who doesn't agree with that doesn't rock with their culture. You don't rock
they
with
don't
us.
rock with their culture because they're not prioritizing
Yeah,
it?
because you support a rhetoric that's against your culture. You support a rhetoric that's against your people that doesn't line up with
It's not uplifting
person.
the people.
It's not empowering to the black community.
So therefore, if you're not empowering, you're against.
If you're not empowering black people,
then you're against.
Okay, look, I'll put it to you like this. If you're not empowering, you can stay neutral, but you don't have to go against the grain. Aligning yourself with Nick Fuentes, that's going against the grain. Like, you're going. This fool's. Have you seen him? Like, he's gone full blown Klan member.
No. I wouldn't say he did have some rough ones recently.
He's gone full blown Klan member recently.
I'm not saying that I'm a supporter of him, but
no, I'm saying
sometimes his shit because of how extreme he does.
Okay, so Sebastian.
Go ahead.
So
that's the wife. I mean, that's the husband. That's my homie.
Okay.
So they're watching together. Let's go.
So
what does Seabass say? My bad.
So the black version of him is Charleston White. That's what Joseph said. Mm-hmm. And then Sebastian goes, or Candace Owens. And then Sebastian said, I'm curious to see how Johnny feels about Charleston White, actually. He speaks very negatively about black culture. Yeah, I'll give you my opinion about him.
Hey, Seabass, if you're still watching.
That glass eye having ass Negro.
Oh, shit. You know, we were supposed to have him on the podcast like months ago.
And then Joseph said, I knew you were doing it for the episode, but man, you almost lost me, bro. I think he was
talking about me.
He said, and then he goes, "This was definitely content." And then
yeah, exactly.
And then Christian Franco said, "Nah, debate. What?
Yeah,
WTF?
That's what I'm saying,
and
bro.
Then Joseph goes, "Facts." And then Rob Chinese says, "I'm colorblind." And then he goes, and then
stupid.
And then Taylor chimed in saying, "So does every other race." LOL. Not talking about Rob. She was just talking.
Yeah, no. Of course not. Yeah, exactly.
And then Christian chimed in saying, "I'll be there in 5 hours. Hold up."
Oh shit. He's gonna watch the fight with us.
Yeah, and then Sebastian goes, Charlie actually supported prison reform.
So I get to talk
and
to
how
him
the
about
criminal justice system was disproportionate minority communities. Okay, prove it. Show the clip.
Sheesh.
And then because that's
hey, this is gonna be we're gonna have to do part 2.
Yeah, we have to.
Who was the one who said that about the
that was
clip?
Sebastian. And then
that was Sebastian. Okay.
No. Well, yeah, that was Sebastian.
Okay.
And then
So Daniel and Sebastian, I got them.
Sebastian also said, "Just saying," and then Christian chimed in and said, "I'm black." Yeah, that's hilarious. And then
why is it infighting in the comments, bro?
And then Sebastian said, "First Cowboys were Hispanic." No, they weren't. Because
shit. Sebastian knows a lot of shit too, though.
No, they weren't because I'm gonna say this real quick. No, they weren't.
Hey,
no,
Sebastian,
they weren't.
Send me some links in advance, bro. You and Danielle, send me some links.
They weren't. The first Cowboys.
We're gonna use their links.
The first Cowboys weren't black because Mexico was a slave colony. You know that, right? Mexico was a huge slave colony. The person that eradicated slavery from Mexico was Vicente Guerrero. He was the one that killed slavery in Mexico. So slavery was a big colony. Look up Vicente Guerrero and Pio Pico. Pio Pico, that's what the street in California is named after. Pio Pico was another black president in Mexico. He was full-blown black. So was Vicente Guerrero. Vicente Guerrero was black too. He got rid of slavery. Before him, Mexico was a huge slave colony full of black people. So you're wrong,
so
sir.
About the cowboy part?
Yeah, because I'm debunking the cowboy thing.
Because the slavery?
Yeah, because they had slaves in Mexico. Mexico was a slave colony.
And because they're a slave colony, that's why
your
point stands.
Yeah, because the majority of the Cowboys were black people. That's what I'm saying. They relegated that responsibility. It was a slave responsibility.
No, your point makes sense, but I just want to
that's why you're putting it together. Yeah, but that's what it is. Yeah, so and then the Olmec statues in Mexico, they have Africoid features. They look like a straight up African dude. Like all the Olmec statues in Mexico to this day, right now.
Sebastian, you opened Pandora's box. This is outside my jurisdiction, but I like that.
Yeah.
But he heard, he listened. Man, that's dope.
And then Sebastian goes, literally, entire tradition of cowboys comes from Mexican. Yeah, because Mexican culture.
He's gonna fight for his people.
Yeah, no, because you do realize your culture is rooted in black. Like your ancestors were black people. Mexican Vicente, I just gave you some examples. Vicente Guerrero was dark like me. He's like this, like Horton. He's the Pio Pico, another black president in Mexico, looked like Horton, like literally with the fro and everything. So like, what you talking about? Like, I'm just saying. And then Christian goes, get back to the effing debate.
That's his little brother. That's Sebastian's little brother.
So your logic sounds like if you're black and you don't act black, then
he's here for the debate. No, that's why I'm saying I'm here to debate. So
Sebastian said, Sebastian says, so your logic sounds like if you're black and you don't, if you're black, he's okay. Let me restart.
Yeah.
Sebastian said, so your logic sounds like if you're black and you don't act black, then you're a Sambo. Wrong. You're wrong. Let me clarify for you, sir. What I'm saying is, if you're a black person and you go against the grain of your own community, then you're a Sambo. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying if you're black and you don't act black, then you're a Sambo. That's something different. That's just me saying, like, if you have a difference of opinion and you're black, you have a difference in opinion. No, I'm saying if you go against the grain of your own community, like you go out of your way to perpetrate and regurgitate, points against your own community, then yes, you are against black people. That's what I'm saying. Then he goes, Sebastian said, he goes, yes, they were in the 1500s, talking about Mexico being a slave colony. Yes, they were in the 1500s. Africans weren't even there. Okay, let me break some more knowledge to you.
Oh,
African, man, we're running past time. God,
no, this is after the comments we're done, of course. We got at least Quincy. Just give us some for the comments, please.
Couple more minutes, and we done. I promise.
It's just the comments. That's
I hate running over time too, but a couple more minutes.
I agree.
But yeah, no. So about 5 to 6% of people from Africa actually made it over here to the West. Majority of the people that were brought to the West in a slavery format were brought to the Caribbean, brought to Mexico, brought to Brazil. They were brought to all these places. Barely any of them got to America. It was about, like I said, like 5, 6%. So with that being said, Africans were here. They were, matter of fact, the people that came over here had Christianized Moors on their ships to come over here to translate language to the people that were already here. So yes, by genetics, there were African people already here in Mexico, in the Caribbean, because they had to bring translators to talk to the people and do all sorts of trade and negotiation and all that. So yes, Africans, Africoid people, melanated people were here already. Yes. Africa is a slave colony. That's what Christian said. Stop it.
My nigga, dog.
And then Sebastian says Vicente was around in the 1800s, my guy. LMA. Okay, and in the 1800s there was slavery going on.
Oh my goodness. Y'all should, man. Look,
1800s there was slavery going on.
Sebastian, maybe I should have you like do a Zoom call. I'm sure we could do that in the studio.
Anyway,
and then,
I wish I could see what
Zoom call and like y'all could go because like I'm not the history guy.
We need to go back up and see
my point on the podcast.
What Taylor was saying, because Taylor was going back and forth with somebody.
Man, God damn it!
Somebody was,
there's got to be a way we can still
shout
go
out
back
to
and
everybody in the. I wish because we got to do it. I got to do better at like paying attention a little bit.
Nah, we got heated. Crap. Sorry, you guys, for the comments that we did not read.
But bottom line, just to close out real quick, we got to have this part 2's come. We got to do part 2 of this and get to our videos. We got to get to our clips next time and our pictures and all that. But to close it out, Charlie Kirk was not for my people. He wasn't for people that look like me. And should he have got murked for his opinion? No. However, what's for lunch today?
And Charlie Kirk was a human being. And everybody should feel sorry when a human being that is not a killer of the innocent, rapist, or a P word, ED, then if he ain't that, you should automatically feel sorry for him. Even if you didn't like him and he wasn't with your people or whatever your reason is, you should feel sorry. Be a bigger person, regardless of what he says, all that empathy, wherever, doesn't matter. He's a human being, a father, a husband, like, regardless, a mother, a wife, regardless black or white, like, he's a human being, bro. And that's my stance.
And we have one hat for y'all today.
I know, yeah, recognize entertainment.
Because we were just about to get, it kind of got heated. I forgot the merch and all that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
no,
man.
we knew what this was going to be. That's why this is going to be a 2-part episode.
Yeah, it's got to be a 2-part.
I'm using y'all's clips. Danielle, I'm using your clips next time. I got a couple of them lined up. I'm gonna tell the engineer in the back, to hold those clips. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're gonna try to get here as soon as next week, same time. Maybe it's supposed to be 3, so but yeah.
Everybody, okay, so it says Sebastian said Charlie was for black people. You got to be trolling at this point. You don't have to accept it, but it's the truth.
He said that?
Horton, and this is Danielle chiming in saying, Horton, share the link if you haven't already. Charlie was
I know.
And then Christian goes, talking, but ain't said shit. I don't know. He's
talking, but he ain't saying shit.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about, but
he's probably talking about you. I don't know. He
could be talking about me, but
he was just here for the debate.
He's just whatever.
Nah, don't do my boys like that.
I'm not doing him like that. I'm just it's like a whatever
I know
kind of
what you mean.
Yeah. Anyway, let's close it out. My bad. We
yes,
don't know.
and once again, it's your boy Ace Woe, the Cameroon Goon. Horton, here's a who. Choice D, all of the above. I'm the Cameroon Goon on all platforms. TikTok, Snapchat, IG. Well, of course, Facebook is my government name. But if you know me, you know that. And then, the first name is Horton. But, nonetheless, go ahead, Cuzzo.
It's your boy Juniani. Just type in JUNYANII. You'll find me on all platforms. Yeah, this got a little spicy in here.
Sorry about not posting the videos. And Danielle, you specifically, I'm sorry. I know I was supposed to share the link. And I had the link ready, but this shit got heated. You saw it. I'm sorry. And that goes for the comments, too. We're having a part 2. Just take your time out again next Saturday.
And if Danielle thinks that Charlie was for all people, I got clips saying otherwise out of his own mouth. On his own Charlie Kirk show. We're going to play the full clips. We're going to play it.
Yeah. Don't worry. I got y'all.
Yeah, I got you. I got y'all, too. I got y'all. So we're going to see. He definitely wasn't that. So it is what it is. And honest, if someone is for black people or doesn't speak against them, I'll tell you. I'll fess up. I'll be like, yeah, this person died, or this person didn't really say anything disparaging about black folks. I've admitted plenty of times about Trump, like how Trump, like he hasn't really put any like real laws in place under his administration against black people. I've said that. Because it's the truth. He hasn't really gone out of his way to harm black people like that.
And Charlie Kirk is his guy, so that's why the apple don't fall far from the tree.
He's not.
That is his guy.
It is his guy, but that doesn't mean he's not. Bro, no. Charlie Kirk is not Trump.
They're 2 peas in the pod.
They're 2 different people.
Yeah, they are technically. Yeah, I agree.
And that's
but
why
their worldviews are very close.
No, well, Trump is in a position of power, not doing what he's doing, right? And
that's why he has to amend his words more.
Trump doesn't. Even when Trump wasn't in office, he doesn't speak like Charlie Kirk. He don't speak that. Anyway, let's end it. All right, it's Shootin' the Ish podcast, and we out. Peace.